This video's made for adult collectors because haha, funny colors Mirage. So I just spent like half of this morning looking for Mirage, like the new one, because I need it for comparison, fully forgetting that I sold it. He's gone now. So now I don't have a comparison for that. Oh well. Look at this awful ratchet. I got this cause A, local shop Comic Alley Toys, not sponsored, got a Botcon toy in randomly, and that's kind of rare for them. But B, cause I thought the colors were cool and I wanted to give this mold another shot. Then I posted it on social media and got this in my notifications, and now I can't unsee it, so thanks. Yes, this thing shares similar colors with Hatsune Miku. Moving on, Botcon Machine Wars Mirage's car mode looks amazing. I know I didn't much care for this mold back in the day, but that's also when my videos and level of research wasn't nearly as good, to me anyways, as it is today. So, new brain, new style, new level of research, let's see if I like this thing. And I do, mostly. It still does some things I don't like, but what I do like is this damn car mode. I think it is the perfect F1 alt mode. It looks superb. The shaping with the swooping curves that give a consistent shape from the low point at the front all the way to the tip of the spoiler in one continuous motion. It's a closed off canopy concept F1 car, and I'm so used to modern ones with the halo and stuff, but like this still looks good. His head is just there though, and that's a bit strange. The that's not how you say that word. The spoiler is adjustable, so it kind of acts like a DRS wing kind of. I dig the gold wheels and the metallic nature of the blue under certain lighting conditions. Not every lighting condition. Like right now you can't really see that it looks kind of metallic, but in my office when I'm editing, it kind of looks a bit more shiny. And it rolls very well for being so low to the ground, but then again, it's a F1 car. They're supposed to do that. Apparently this set came with a Thundercracker, not this one, and it didn't sell super well at the convention, so it ended up going on clearance online. That's kind of funny. It also has a great hand feel because it's solid, but like most Botcon toys I've handled, it has a lot of paint on it and it does chip, so that is something to be wary of. Now let's make it a robot man thing. Not gonna lie, it's a very clever and fun transformation to do on this thing. I haven't done it in a very long time, and it is very fun to do. However, one thing I noticed, especially while filming this just now, is that this likes to happen a lot. Like you put a little bit of pressure on this part here and this entire section detaches, which is not fun. I wish there was like a tab in here that kept it together, and like that will become apparent more in robot mode too, because again, one of my biggest issues is there's no tabs holding things together. So to start with, we're going to take, we're going to take the front spoiler off. Come on, come on. Ah, there it goes. Take the front spoiler off. I know parts forming, it's a weapon, who cares? Then we're going to take the legs here and just sort of bring them out. They're gonna accordion out like that. And then you fold up the feet and split the legs, sort of angle the ankles a bit so that he's got like ankle tilts activated and he's standing up straight. That looks very funny. Now what we're going to do is come back here and split this part and then bring the arms out. Then you wanna rotate the waist 180 degrees, fold this flap out and just bring this back. Now we're going to take this entire assembly up here and rotate it down and make sure the arms are out of the way of the wheel so you can get it down all the way. Then take this piece and fold that forward like that. You want to then rotate out the hands. Just bring them out on both sides. There's a really big mold mark on my figure right there. And there you go. That's him in robot mode. Really, really, really loose ass shoulder, and this doesn't tab in. I wish this tabbed in. That is a little unfortunate. It doesn't do anything. It's got like a divot for it to sit in. I don't know how well you can see that, but there's like a focus camera on the toy, not my thumb. You see that little like sculpted line right there and there? That's for this to sit, but it doesn't peg in, and you move the arms around and like stuff starts to come undone. That's my biggest issue still with this thing. Everything else I think is quite nice now. Oh, and then we give him his stupid looking gun. I still think the gun looks dumb, but yeah, I do really like doing that transformation back and forth. It is very fun to do because everything sort of very satisfyingly clicks, well, not clicks, but sits into place, and then that car mode is just awesome. Honestly, it's a pretty smooth transformation leading to this funky ass robot mode. Like the proportions are so weird. It has to be your cup of tea to like it, and to me it's still a bit weird. I think the colors sell these proportions more than the base deco did for me. There is a lot more red that gets exposed here with the arms and the collar. I do wish the chest, as I said, tabbed in. It doesn't, and that is a bit bothersome. especially when you start handling it a bit more and it flops around. That and those shoulder hinges, they're ridiculously loose, but I chalk that down to this being old and used. His gun is a bit dumb looking, trying to be like a crossbow of sorts, but it is literally just the front of the F1 car in his hand. I wish it had a bit more change to it, but it doesn't. I also wish he had thigh swivels, but I'll talk about that more later. Head is entirely painted and does rub up on some parts, so I would be careful with that, but I do like the wheels over the head. That whole like sticky outy collar sort of like Space Marine-esque backpack decoration thing kind of looks pretty sick. He is tall, like really tall for a deluxe. Even for back then, he was on the taller side. All right, let's articulate it and show you all the things it can and can't do, because it can do a lot of really cool things and a lot of not really cool things. I'm gonna move the gun out of his hand. The gun is really what weighs the arm down the most. Like that's kind of ridiculous. Yes, I can just move it at the ball joint and it's fine, but like it wants to move here naturally first, and it's a little annoying. But if I take the gun out, it's pretty much fine until you like flick it. So the head is on a ball joint and a hinge, so we can look down that far and you can't really look up, but you do get a full 360, though I'm going to be very careful here because it can bump into the sides, and this head is entirely painted, so you know that could scratch. It's also like dome shaped and in here, so gripping it can be a little unfortunate, so you don't want to like reef on it and then scratch it with your nail and then, oh no, now all the white paint's come off his forehead. Don't do that. These shoulders are on ball joints, so they can do a full 360 degrees. They can go out that far on the ball, and then you have that extra little hinge there that can allow them to go out a bit, but again, they're loose. And it's not like I can just tighten them and fix it. They're rivets, not screws like here. They're rivets, so that's never being fixed. He does have a bicep swivel, double jointed bend at the elbow to allow for full range. It's more for transformation, but like it's nice that it's there. And it can go the other way too if you want to break his arm. The wrists don't rotate, but they can fold in. This one just kind of likes folding in by itself, especially with the gun in his hand. It becomes a little bit loosey-goosey. He does have a waist joint, which rotates at a weird angle, just due to how his torso is shaped. So it's rotating like fine with regards to where the head is, but because of all this stuff back here, it does look a bit funky. He does kind of have an ab crunch if you move the chest out of the way, because of transformation, but it's not like a strong and sturdy ab crunch. It's not meant for that. This stuff closes around here and keeps the torso in place. But again, because none of it tabs in, it just sort of moves by itself. Little annoying. The hip skirts, they can fold up. The hips can go forward that far. There's his, you know, his Andy stamp. They can go back literally all of the way. You do have a full splits, no thigh rotation, and there is space for one in here. But he doesn't have one, and that's just, you know, at the time, articulation, I don't believe was like the biggest priority still, so, you know, that's unfortunate. He does have a knee bend, 90 degrees, and then you can use this if you want a double knee bend, but that looks ridiculous and really dumb and ugly. You can cheat the knee, though. You can do those because of how this collapses. And then the ankles can go down, they can go up a little bit, and you do have toe rotation, not ankle rotation because the legs stay the same, but the toe does rotate. So he is very, very posable, except for the thigh swivels and the fact that this doesn't stay tabbed in. Those are my two biggest complaints. These I can, you know, do without, but like they move at the ball joint, not at those hinges. So the shoulders themselves aren't loose. It's just the transformation hinge that's loose. So yeah, I like this more, partially because I know that old video was rough and during a time where I thought, negative videos will get clicks, but also because these colors, as funny as they are, Hatsune Miku joke, blah, 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 they're actually nice on this mold, and it wasn't expensive. It was like 50 bucks Canadian. If they do this deco for any of the new Mirage molds, I'd actually get it because I think it works quite well. If you can get this for cheap like I did, I would recommend it because honestly, it is fun. Like I still prefer the Kingdom mold over this one just because it feels a bit more complete and robust over this, but I do like this. I think this is funny and neat and worthy of me actually keeping it and sticking it on my G1 shelf, even though it's not G1 colored. But that's my look at Botcon Machine Wars Mirage. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.